it's Jayla Bush, and by the title of this video, we're going to be talking about my breast reduction experience. I just recently got one last week on the 14th, January 14th. And yeah, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell to stay updated on the videos that I will post in the future. And let's just hop right into it. So my doctor, he did what's called a bilateral breast hypertrophy. So that's pretty much removing the excess fat from both breasts that have grown massively large over time. So in my case, that's exactly what happened. I don't know what cup size I was beforehand. The last time that I got measured was in December 2019. But I do believe, if I had to guess it, I do believe I was like a G or an H cup. I'm not sure, but they were massive. In my frame, I'm 5'2", so I'm this high carrying around this massive load on my chest, and I couldn't do it anymore, so I was just over it. And my breasts were, you guys, I was always known as Jayla with the big boobs, Jayla with the big boobs, and I didn't want that title anymore. So that was part of the reason I wanted to do it. Also, it's just because I wanted to get the attention off of me, like, you know, when you're walking outside in the street and like men are like looking at you and all that mess. Also, it's just the back pains, the shoulder pains. Carrying that weight is way too much. Like, you guys, he took off 11 pounds of my breast tissue. Like, that makes no sense. That is an entire child. More than an entire child, actually. That's more than the beginner weights at the gym. And you mean to tell me I was carrying that around for that long? Massive. So my history with big boobs literally started when I was about, I think I was like 12 or 13. So this is like 8th grade, and I was like a double D in 8th grade. And you would think that it would stop right there. It just kept going. It kept going, kept going, all out throughout high school, all throughout college, everything like that. Like, it was really, really bad. And I remember, I think the last 2 or 3 years, actually, it got to the point where my back was hurting and it affected my posture, and I couldn't really walk many like long distances because of that. So I knew at that point it was messing with my livelihood, my health. So it was time to do something about it. So that's just what I did. Okay? Okay. So yeah, I have some notes here, of course, because I had some questions and I just wanted to put them all on a pad here. So yeah, talk about my history and things like that. So yes, my doctor's information is, he is Dr. Paul Saccone, and he is located in Millburn, New Jersey. It was important for me to get someone who knew what they were doing, along with someone who was well versed in this. So yeah, he has like over 25 years of plastic surgery experience, so already he was good. And he was great, well versed at the consultation. Like, as soon as I came in, he looked at me and he said, "I know you need a reduction." And I was like, yes, you're right. You're right. Please help me. Please help me. So yes. So, how I got my insurance to cover it. Oh, I'm sorry. How I got my insurance to cover it is, well, you have to go to your primary care provision first. So I went there first, and she had to write a referral for me to go see a specialist. So she wrote on my referral that my back pain, like the back was hurting, and my shoulders, which were all legitimate. My back pains, the shoulder, the bra dips that you get, you know, when your bra is trying to hold up and your breasts are so huge. So yeah, so she wrote all of that, and then I went to go see a specialist, who was Dr. Paul Saccone. I'll put his information inside the description box below. And so we did that, and you have to wait. Like, it's a process. I think I started this process back in like, oh geez, this was before the pandemic had began, I believe. So I might have started looking him up last January, actually. Now, my first consultation, however, was in May. So you go to your first consultation, and they take pictures of your breasts, and they send it to your insurance company, and it just takes a while for your insurance company to either approve it or deny it. So in my case, my insurance covered the entire cost because I had the medical issues such as the back pains, the broad zips, the shoulder straps, everything like that. So if you can get your doctor to write up that those things are affecting your back and affecting your posture, you should be good to go. And that's how you can get your insurance to go ahead and cover that for you. Okay, now what else do I have? Okay, so the experience. The actual day of the surgery, leading up to it, I wasn't that nervous, but for some reason, on the day that I was going to the hospital, getting ready to go get the surgery done, I got really nervous. Like, I got really, really nervous. Like at first it was the reverse because my mother was really nervous leading up to the surgery and I was calming her down. And then the day of the surgery, I was really nervous and she was calming me down. So it was just really, really funny how that worked out. So we get to the hospital and I'm just like, oh Lord, oh Lord. Like I almost kind of didn't want to do it because I wasn't sure if I wanted to go through all the pain afterwards. But all the pain that I was feeling for all this time was worth it. So I'm like, okay. Like, I'm talking to my mom's calming me down, and everything's good. And like, okay, so you go get dressed, you get your gown on, you get all your pre-op stuff on for the surgery room. I really just have one negative thing to say, about that experience. When they are, when you go into a surgery, they put you to sleep, get you on anesthesia. So the anesthesiologist, she put the IV in my left hand and I'm dominant in that hand. And I told her that. I'm like, I cannot have it in my left hand. Please put it in my right hand. But she put it in my left hand and it was very painful. So that would be the only thing that I would say that was like pretty bad about the whole before the surgery thing. So yeah, that was pretty painful. So we get into the room and I remember everybody introducing themselves to me. But of course, at that point, the anesthesia is starting to hit. So you don't really know what the heck's going on. And I believe the surgery, if I remember correctly, my surgery was set to begin at 12:30. And by the time they woke me up and they had me about to go into the recovery room, it was about 5:30. So I think the surgery was about 5 hours long altogether. I mean, to take 11 pounds off breast tissue. Yeah, I believe it should take about that long. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so we get into the recovery room. Well, I get into the recovery room because it sucks now with COVID and everything because like your loved ones and your friends and family can't come and visit you in the recovery room. So you're kind of groggy. I just wish that I could have had like my mom or something there with me. But, I was calling her and everybody was checking in on me to make sure I was okay. So the only bad thing that kind of happened, or actually did happen rather, is when, you need the assistance to go to the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom and they ask you, of course, before the surgery not to eat and drink before midnight, after midnight. So when you get to excuse me, I need a drink of water because that's another thing I'm going to talk about. Just one sec. So what ended up happening was because I didn't have any substance in my stomach for over like 12 to 13 hours, when the nurse gave me my painkillers for after the procedure, I threw up. And it was not pretty. So that was the only bad negative thing that I could think that happened actually in the recovery room at the hospital before going home. So yeah, just be wary that if you don't eat or drink anything past midnight, you might throw up because of the anesthesia, So that did happen. What else happened? So the recovery experience so far, I feel pretty okay now. I mean, I'd say I'm about 40% there on the road to recovery. But let me tell you something that was not comfortable. Okay, so after surgery, they placed these 2 drains called Jackson Pratt drains in your body. So they put those veins, I can't speak. I'm sorry. So they put these drains in you to drain out all the excess fluid and everything like that. So they put those drains in, and those are there. So the thing about it is that you just had the incision like right under, so like your incision is fresh under the boob and across and everything like that. So it's a bit uncomfortable to walk around and move around. So you really do really need some help getting around. Like, for example, my mom, she got me a cane and everything. She got me a cane to go ahead and do that. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to edit that out. My nose just started to automatically run out of nowhere. I don't know what happened. So, yes. So they put these drains in you, and it's just very uncomfortable because I'll insert a picture of the drains and everything like that. I'll insert that. It's just hard to move around, and you also have to take your time walking everywhere. You can't bend, you can't sleep back. Like, you have to sleep on your back for the first couple of days. Like, no laying down, nothing like that. Straight up on your back. So get you a nice pillow, or a nice, like those little pillow chairs. That really helps. That really does help. And also, since it is a very serious procedure, you are going to lose your capacity to breathe for a couple days. So they do give you like this, I didn't bring it out here, but they do give you this tool that you can breathe in and out, and just take deep breaths, take your time, don't rush anything, and everything will be all right, you know? So yeah. What else? So the 11 pounds of breast tissue are gone. I feel great. Like, honestly, do I miss the size of my breasts? I do not miss them. I answered so fast. I do not miss them. And you know what's so funny and so sweet about this experience? I went into the mirror this morning because I was allowed to finally take my shower today. My first shower since the procedure, because I got my drains taken out on this past Tuesday. And I look in the mirror and I just start to cry, because it's really an emotional experience as well, just not physical. And I started to cry because I never thought in my adult life would I have a normal size chest. And it's very nice, and it's so light, and really, it's really the best decision I've ever made thus far. The only thing that I regret, which is going to sound cliche, is that I didn't do it sooner. I had an opportunity to do it when I was 18 years old. Like, I was looking this up back then, but I didn't act on it because I was pretty scared. But I'm kind of happy that I waited this long, you know, to make this decision so that I could, you know, weigh my options out and get the best care possible. So they do give you at the end of your before you get discharged, at the end of your stay at the hospital, they do give you medications, Percocet, which will make you drowsy. So yeah, be prepared to take a lot of naps, unrequited naps. And they also give you antibiotics for the infections. And yeah, I don't regret anything. If you're thinking about getting a breast reduction, go ahead and do it. If you had experience like me, or you have big breasts right now and you're just like, I don't know, I'd say go ahead and get it done, because I wouldn't change a thing. I'm very happy with the results. You'll feel this sudden boost of confidence, sudden boost of confidence, and it's probably one of the greatest things that I've done so far. So yeah, I will keep you guys posted. And thank you so much for tuning in. Have a lovely day. Stay positive. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye. And another thing you guys wanted to know is if I knew my cup size, and currently I do not know that. I won't know that until I recover completely, so that might not be for a couple of months that I know that. And yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. So it's important to have some comfortable pillows, um, and things like that because you're gonna have to sleep like straight up. You can't lay down or anything like that. So, for example, my sister got me this like reclining pillow, and I also have this pillow with arms. So yeah, you're gonna need those things to get you through the recovery process, especially when those drains are inserted, because that I would say so far has been the hardest experience, and I just got those out on Tuesday. So, but yeah, you're gonna need something comfortable to lay down on. Important to note to stay hydrated and drink your water, or tea, whatever the case may be, because your chest capacity is going to be off, and as it should be, because you had a surgery so close to your lung cavity. So stay hydrated, drink your water. Also, it's important to note that because you're going to be on so many different drugs and you're going to be just a bit backed up from what you were on in the hospital, that's going to also communicate to your digestive system. So you're going to be backed up using the bathroom, like the bathroom, for a couple of days. So it goes away in about 2 to 3 days. For me, it went away on Saturday, and I had a surgery on the Thursday. So yeah.